Hello viewers, today we're going to be talking about something called a prepared guitar. And if you've ever heard of prepared instruments, maybe you've heard of something called a prepared piano. Now it's a very kind of an avant-garde, expressionistic kind of thing perhaps. It's usually a prepared instrument is where you take an instrument, it's normally played like it is, you know how you play a guitar or piano, and you add some things to the instrument. You change the sound of the instrument using a variety of things. So I'm going to go over a few things we are going to be using today. So here's a little screwdriver. Very good. This is an adapter for a stereo jack, a tape measure, 5 meters, doesn't really matter, a Swedish crown, or any kind of coin will do, and a piece of painter's tape, paper tape. The reason why I'm doing this tutorial video is that a song I posted a while ago called, what was it called? Wrong in Our Heads. That took longer than I would like to admit. Wrong in Our Heads video kind of showed almost all the instruments I'm playing in the background, but it didn't show you how I did the sound effects for the background. So the kind of building up this anxious feeling and making these weird sounds with the guitar, this was all done with a prepared guitar. And I'm going to show you how to do it. First of all, let's go inside of Reason and see what we can do there. So here we are in Reason, and I have an audio track set up here, and I have a preset called Prepared loaded into the audio track, and you can download that as well from I'll put a link in the video description. So it's a very easy setup. I have a compressor here. It goes into a Scream 4, and here you have I'm choosing the modulate damage just to make the sound very crunchy, very odd sounding, very dirty. It goes to a Line 6 guitar amp. It also has drive on it, so here you can see the sound really, it's very distorted. It's just the sound I was after. I mean, you can do prepared guitar on an acoustic guitar and a clean sound, and it's actually much harder to get a nice sound out. So, you know, this is maybe the easy way out. And another way to do the easy way out is to add an echo. So this is a very strong delay. You can see there's a lot of wet signal. You have drive on the actual delayed signal. It feeds back into itself a lot. It has diffusion. And all of this is to actually create a sound that kind of feeds back into itself, starts to modulate itself. So I just found it interesting when I was playing around with it. So it sounds kind of like this. So it's already very distorted. So let's see what we can do with the guitar. Okay, now I think it's time to get back to actually playing the instrument. And I'm just going to show you how to set. What you have to realize is this is all your imagination. You can do pretty much anything you want here. However, as a starting point, I'm going to show you a few things you can do and how I did my sound effects. So the first thing is just take a piece of tape, like this piece of paper tape, and you put it across your strings somewhere near the bridge here. And you want all the strings to be covered, but you don't want the tape to be against the board, or you may want to get it. And what it does is it creates this kind of muted sound. So when I play, I mean, it still keeps the pitch. But especially in the higher strings, it gives this very cool overtones. So this is kind of the first step. Now, if you want to create these kind of bell-like sounds that I had in my video, this is one way of doing it. So for this video, I'm going to take this little jack adapter here, and across the 12th fret here on the fret line, I'm gonna stick it so that it covers the A string and is under the E and the D string. So what this sounds like is something like this. So if you play the notes separately, and you can try to move it around to see what kind of sound you get. And as another addition to this, I'm going to take this little screwdriver and put it across under the E string, over the B string, and again under the G string. And I'm going to put it somewhere near the 7th fret. And this sounds like... And now you can hear how I did this kind of bell-like sound. So and of course, I mean, the sound effects you do with this are your own kind of imagination. So another way to do would be to just pull this screwdriver here. So you want to be careful so it doesn't jump out like that, but it does create a sound. So what you can else, there's another way of doing it, is take a penny and just kind of screw it in between two strings. So you take the E string, go under it, over the B string, and then turn it around. So it creates this kind of two strings together. So now if you play it sounds like this, and you can take the tape off from these strings and only leave it on the low strings. So now you get a very intense sound. And even with these two strings together, you can play these strings. It won't sound good, but you can play them. So, this is just a few tips, and of course you can use a slide, or what I did was with a tape measure, you can just kind of move around the strings. And create sounds that way. So I hope this gives you a few more ideas how to create interesting sounds with your guitar. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you a link in the description of the video to a song I did just with playing around. There's three tracks of of prepared guitar. You can do rhythm on it. And you can listen to the demo I made, but I'm going to try this weekend to make a full song using as much guitar sound effects as possible. So I think it's going to be... I'm going to link it in this video if I get it finished, and if I don't, well, you're welcome to try and do it as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.